Saturday, love bugs. It is Saturday, February the 8th, and tonight we're going to talk about the 1811 German Uprising, the largest slave revolt in U.S. history. Now, this was the largest slave rebellion in the U.S., but it remains largely overlooked. It took place in Louisiana. It was massive, but ultimately unsuccessful. It was an unsuccessful attempt by enslaved people to overthrow their oppressors and establish freedom. Now, why did it happen? So, why did this revolt happen? Well, it was on a sugar plantation in Louisiana, and those were some of the roughest environments for enslaved people. The Napoleonic Wars also left Louisiana in a very fragile state, and the enslaved population actually outnumbered the whites in the region, making a rebellion even more feasible. The revolt was led by a Charles Deslondes, I hope I'm saying that correctly, who was a mixed race enslaved overseer. He was highly intelligent and very familiar with plantation operations, which made him an effective strategist. And he did draw his inspiration from the Haitian Revolution. So, how did it all unfold? It took about 3 days, starting January 8th and ending January 10th, 1811. The rebellion started on the first day at the plantation of Manuel Andre, a wealthy slave owner. Deslondes and his followers attacked his house, wounding him, but they didn't kill him. The rebels armed themselves with stolen weapons, muskets, machetes, and other agricultural tools. They was not playing with them, okay? They was not playing. Boom. Day 2, January 9th. The rebellion quickly grew to 500 enslaved people as they marched toward New Orleans. Along the way, they burned plantation and sugar fields and recruited even more fighters. Many rebels donned military-style uniforms resembling the Haitian revolutionaries. They planned to seize New Orleans, free more enslaved people, and establish an independent black republic. On the final day, the militia, U.S. Army troops, and plantation owners armed themselves and launched a counterattack. Many of the rebels were massacred in the battle, while others fled into the swamps. Charles Deslondes was captured alive, tortured, and brutally executed. The aftermath of the revolt was brutal. White retaliation, executions. White authorities brutally punished the rebels that they were able to capture, and they did so to send a message. Over 100 of them were executed, many of them decapitated. Their heads were placed on pikes along the river to act as a warning to other enslaved people. This revolt is overlooked. It's not like Nat Turner's rebellion in 1831, which resulted in deaths of white people. The German Coast Uprising primarily consisted of destruction of property, homes, plantations, crops, that sort of thing. The German Coast Uprising proves that enslaved people were willing to fight for their freedom on a massive scale. It also acted as inspiration for other slave revolts, such as the infamous Nat Turner's Rebellion. As always, subscribe to my YouTube, same username. Follow me on Instagram, same username at The Controversial Blonde. I will also be posting book links and updated resource list. So, yeah, cite your sources, kids, because I cite mine.